Day 2 of recording in the car. So, today we had the alumni row. Yesterday was the alumni dinner. Today was the row where everyone got to row together. I had a boat, all 8 alumni women. They were awesome. They were ready to rock and roll. So, what else? And then after that, we had ceremony where all of the members the second years got their numbers, so that was cool also. What else? So again, like what I talked about last video, I don't use my time efficiently in between these rowing events. I'm like so tired. I think it's like a social thing. Like after being social, I'm tired. I can be by myself all the time and not be tired. But I think when I do like social things, I'm tired. I want to sleep. I want to not do anything afterwards. So, that's not good. And I need to get a lot of stuff done. So yeah, I think I should just start. I think once I start, I'll be okay. I think it comes down to what Bill Ackman said, and just make a little bit of progress every single day. So I think that's gonna be our main goal. Also, now that I have this camera angle, this is a little bit different from the last video, but you can clearly see my other headrest. So I could have other people in videos. Not that I have like any friends to put in videos, but if I did, then they could be in videos. So yeah. Anyways, I need to work on taxes. Oh, you know what? I'll talk about this a little bit more. I'll linger on the subject a little bit longer. I feel like I have eased off the gas pedal on the tax thing. One, because I'm like, oh, I'm so smart. Look at me, I'm Matthew. I can do consulting. So then I've been like, okay, well, like, why dedicate myself entirely to this if I'm going to do consulting? That's number 1. Number 2. Also, I have Rivian cooking, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, I'm Matthew. I'm such a great investor. I'm like freaking Bill Gates. I'm just going to have a magical $250,000 in my brokerage account, and I'm going to be able to pull out $150,000 or $100,000 and buy a business. That's going to magically cash flow. And I'm going to be making however much, $50,000, $60,000 a year off of that. But, oh, what happened to my line? But I'm realizing that that is not the case. So, well, it's not that it's not the case, but it's just that I can't completely let off the gas pedal, start putting on the brakes, all because I'm like, oh, I have these other things cooking on the stove. I use a lot of, I don't know what you call them, analogies, metaphors, whatever. But for me that helps me visualize things. So yeah, it's kind of like I have things that I know will work out, and because I know that, I think that I can not do certain things now because it's not going to change something in the future. Like, for example, if I know that I'm going to buy a business that's going to cash flow $60,000 a year, and I'm going to have an extra $5,000 a month coming in, it's like, why worry about these little tax returns? What's that going to change? And I guess like the billionaire mindset would be like, leave nothing on the table. Absolutely nothing on the table. But for me, I'm willing to admit that I'm not the hardest worker. I am not the most... I'm not the hardest worker. I'll be honest about it. I think that's okay to admit. I want to get the most done with the work that I do, but I do not want to be... I'm not the person that... And I learned that at UC Santa Barbara. I'm not a crazy workaholic. I hate doing work, to be quite frank with you guys. So, a lot of how I plan the future is based on being able to get as much return for doing as little work as possible. And while I say I'm not a hard worker, I think I can still tolerate a lot of work. And I think that I'm fortunate enough to be able to understand things relatively easily to where I don't have to work as hard. For example, microeconomic theory, or intermediate microeconomic theory, I don't think I nearly studied as much as everyone else, but I was okay. There were some pretty stressful moments, but I was okay in general. The same thing with intermediate accounting. I studied, actual studying was like an hour or two, maybe 3 hours at most, before the test. And that was enough. I felt pretty good on that test. I think I only got like 10 wrong out of 50. Which is not the best grade. I'll be honest. I mean, it's not the best grade. But given how little work I put in, I think that's pretty good. And I've realized that I'm not the type that's going to put in an exponentially larger amount of work to bump that 85 to a 90. Or sorry, that 80% to 90%. So, yeah. I think that hopefully that sums it up. We'll see. I will see you in the next video. Peace.